Alright guys, in this video we're going to look more at cylinders. And so in this case, here's a basic cylinder. Alright, we have a breakdown of the cylinder in two dimensions if you were to sort of flatten out the cylinder. Again, this is called a net, and so here would be a net of the cylinder. And I think this helps us especially understand surface area. But anyway, if we look at our definitions of a cylinder, we have the two bases. Okay, so a prism and a cylinder are very similar. All right, the only difference is that instead of a polygon base, we have a circle base here. And so we have basically the bases and then the axis or the altitude or the height. Okay, same thing with an oblique cylinder here. The exact same thing, except for, again, when you have a case where you have an oblique cylinder, you need to make sure you're focusing on the height and not the slant height here. Okay, so again, here's just another view of the cylinder. So we have the base, the height or the axis and altitude, and then we have, here's a good way of seeing the surface area. Okay, so the surface area is going to be, the area of these two circles, and then if you add on the area of this rectangle, then that'll be our surface area. So let's look at an example problem. I want to walk you through the formulas here. Okay, so recall that the surface area formula of a prism, okay, surface area formula of a prism is perimeter times height plus 2 times the area of the base. Okay, perimeter times height plus 2 times the area of the base. Now we just have to this is a general form of prisms or of cylinders, but we need to we can specify this to cylinders by changing the perimeter and the base. So the surface area, this is for prisms. Okay, so the surface area for cylinders then is going to be the perimeter of a cylinder is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Okay, so this is going to actually be our formula for the surface area of cylinders. Similarly, the volume of a prism is area of the base times height. So the volume of a cylinder, well, the base here is going to be a circle, so it's going to be pi r squared h. Okay, I walked through in the last video sort of that idea of building up units and how that looks in a rectangular prism, in a pentagonal prism. Okay, the same idea is going to be here. If you have a circle with let's see, if you have a circle with height of 1 and area of 5, for example, is what I did in the last video, then that volume would be 5 units cubed. But if you had if the height was 5 and the same the same area of the base, then it would be, you'd split it up into sort of 5 disks, and then that's a way to conceptualize the volume of a cylinder. So that is that. So here I want to actually find the surface area and the volume of this. So we have a cylinder here. Okay, so I want to do the surface area is going to be 2 pi. Again, r is 4. H is going to be here. That looks like 8. Okay, plus 2 pi r squared. 2 pi and r is 4. R is 4 squared. Okay, so we just have to simplify this. 4 times 8 is 32. 32 times 2 is 64 pi. Plus, this is 16 pi times 2, which is 32 pi. Okay, so we just add these together. 64 pi plus 32 pi is going to be 96 pi units squared. Okay. Similarly for the volume. Okay, the volume in this case, we're just doing pi times r squared times h. Okay, so we get 16 times 8. Okay, 16 times 8. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. Okay, we have 48, carry the 4, 12, 128. So this is 128 pi units cubed. So we're going to look at more examples in the next video, but hopefully this gave you an idea of what the formulas are, where they come from, and a little bit of how they work. Thanks for watching.